the garden and the way it felt. I remember the grass and the way it smelled. Running around without a care in the world. So much to live for, so much to learn.
Okay, so some people ask me if I'd go and have a look at Ubud and see what Ubud's like at the present moment. So today is Friday the 23rd, and so I'm just about to approach Ubud. Ubud, whatever you want to call it. The ride up here was pretty uneventful. The roads were completely empty. Now in past trips that I've been up here, it's been bumper to bumper, like, you know, your backpackers on motorbikes, rent-a-cars, private cars, buses, cars with drivers, all bumper to bumper all the way through. And it took you probably an hour and a half to get here. Now this trip took me about 30 minutes, I'd say, to get to where I am now, which is not far out of the main centre of the town. But yeah, it's pretty damn quiet. There's still a few locals around, but you know, I mean, this being a tourist area, it all feeds back to all the families, people working in the tourist industry that have been put off or let off, therefore no salaries, therefore not helping out the families, so everybody's suffering, and hence not a lot of money in the families, so they don't spend as much. So you know, some of these places, I called into Coco Mart down the road there to get a drink, and the stock was just about empty. You know, I had trouble trying to find a small bottle of water, and I think that's because people just haven't got that money to spend. Pretty sad affair. If you look around, some of the upmarket places are still running, but a lot of places have closed down. They're all trying their best, but I don't know what it cost them to run a small business here. You know, things like your mini mart, you know, that mini mart there is closed. And they were closed in Denpasar as well for a long time. I noticed one of them was opened up again. But yeah, the disposable income of the families here now is pretty sad. Rent-a-cars, you know, I mean, tourists used to come and stay for 2 or 3 days. They'd probably rent a car or a bike, but none of that's going on at the moment. Be interesting to see when we get into town how many Westerners are in town here. I think it's got a fairly big expat population here, like Westerners living here on a permanent basis or sub-permanent basis. So yeah, so as we drive in here, I'm not even looking at my GPS at the moment. If I remember right, well, there's a Bintang supermarket there. There's hardly a bike in there. A few bikes here. I don't know what they're doing. Hard to tell. When you see along the road there, you know, there's 20 or 30 motorbikes. You don't know where they are, what they're doing. Might be a hotel in the background or something like that that's still open and still keeping staff on. There's a Westerner there. It looks like a permanent So yeah, coming down this road here, there's another one there, so there's a couple there. Coming down this road here, used to be bumper to bumper, you know, motorbike traffic and cars and buses, every damn thing. But not at the moment. Lovely little drive into town. Over the bridge here. Can't see if any water flowing. Long way down there. A lot of water in there. Up the hill. I'll give it a bit of a squirt here. There's a nice little area here coming through here. Very popular on a lot of videos that you see of Ubud coming in through this section here. But the traffic, I can't believe the traffic. It's such a town that, you know, it was so difficult to drive around with people walking everywhere and buses stopping and cars stopping everywhere. And this street here, you know, this is the main area here, and you know, it's just deserted, terrible. I'll go for a bit of a drive around, just around so you can see what it's like. I'll slow down a bit, put my hazard lights on. I've got hazard lights on this new bike, pretty flash. I got rid of the big NMAX and end up with a slightly smaller one. It's got a flat floor for my dog, and he likes to go for a bit of a ride around town. Not that he can see anything because he's blind, but he likes the wind in his face, like most motorcycle riders do. One of the palaces here. I call them palaces or temples or what, but yeah, it's a temple, that one. Well, we've got a bit of a, I can't believe how slack the place is. But anyway, we'll go for a bit of a drive around that. That section there is the main section. That would be just crowded to hell with people. And down here, one of the markets, when you have a look there, there's two cars there and two people out the front, a couple of stalls in there. That used to be buzzing. We'll go down here a bit further and see what's happening.
In 150 meters, turn right.
Thank you very much. It's my assistant on the GPS. I didn't know where to go, so I just whacked in a name.
Right.
I can't turn right here, there's nothing to turn right to. But just up here there's a turn. There's a couple of locals there. So this is one of the main shopping streets.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Better turn this thing off, I suppose. Just stop and turn it off. Don't need that on just yet. I'm starting to try and find places here. I'll turn it back on. But yes, this street here used to be bustling with people everywhere. Not even any locals around. Sidewalks, just shops closed there. A few shops are open, but look at that. It's closed. 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 All closed. I'll go down a bit further. It's the way back up into the main street, so I'll just go down here a ways. Get a better idea. would say...
Turn right. Then you will arrive at your destination.
What the hell? I thought I turned her off. She's still alive. I've got to go and choke her. I've got to stop again and choke her. Pull up here.
Turn right. Then make a U-turn.
Oh, I turned right and make a U-turn. I've gone past the place that I'm supposed to be at. Turn the maps on again. And then hit that. Finish. Go there. This bloody technology, I can tell you, it drives you crazy. But I would say, just looking at the moment, there's probably 1 in 4 shops that are open. Having a quick look through here. A bit quieter down this end of town. Yeah, not a lot happening anywhere here. Street, but it doesn't seem to bother too many people. But if you keep an eye out on the left and right, this is MT. Might go to down to Monkey Forest and see what it's like there. What's the time? 11:15. Normally there'd be a few tourists around down there at this time. Most of the tourist buses get here around 11 o'clock. Places open here either. A couple of overseas Asians there. Entrance to... oh, well, past it. Been a long time since I've been here. Well, there you have it. It's not too much happening around the place. Very, very quiet. There's the grand entrance there. It's all been sectioned off. Nobody's allowed in. A couple of monkeys here. Hope they don't jump on me. Excuse me. All these places here are closed. Monkeys are pretty sacred here in Bali. Why, I don't know, but pretty aggressive little devils too. Okay, here we are. It's a bit of, well, no, I'm going to say there's a bit of building going on there, but it looks like it's been postponed. I have noticed a lot of places, a little bit of reconstruction, refurbishing going on. I wouldn't say a lot of places, but a few places probably taking advantage of the lull in business to do some work on the place. We're coming back up into the main street now, so well, that gives you... oh, but yeah, okay, that was a big bloody dog. Nearly got me. That's the first dog in about 9 years to come out and attack me. Mightn't like the bite. girl there doing some offerings. You look at some of these kids in the shop. Just back there's a bike rental shop, motorbike rental shop, and the girls there just on the phone, and her face is just so in despair, you know what I mean. They don't look as happy. You know, if you stopped and had a chat to us, you'd pry them up a bit, I'd say. Whereas normally, you know, they're chatting to people about every 5 minutes. But very, very quiet here. So sad. This actually looks worse than Denpasar, or I should have say Sanua. A couple of local tourists there. Another one-way street, as you can see. Here comes a fancy rig, little Mini. Well, that's about it. I'm coming back up to the main street now, so what I'll do is I'll turn these cameras off and just grab one camera and go for a bit of a walk around, get something to eat here, and I hope this gives you a pretty good idea of what's happening. It's a pretty sad affair, I can tell you. I'll go down to this warung down here. It's one of the most popular warungs in Bali, I would say. It's where you get the old barbecuing. Certainly changed a lot since the last time I was there. And I'll pull in here and get these cameras off. Okay, so that's about it for the Ubud. There's no real point in taking you around to show you different locations because there's just nobody here. So this is going to have to do you. I'm afraid you'll get a damn good idea of what it's like here, and hopefully when the borders open, people can get back here and these people can start living some sort of normal life. So anyway, until next time, the next thing, somebody asked me to do a video on some food, what was it called? Buntut, which I think is beef soup sort of thing, you know. Anyway, look forward to it. I hope get that done next week sometime. So in the meantime, keep safe, and we'll see you all here in Bali when the borders open. Cheers for now, eh?